Hi everybody, you're now ready for week 4, day 1. We will continue working on verbs this week. We're going to go back to thinking about past and present tense verbs. Remember, a few weeks ago we talked about past tense verbs as verbs that already happened in the past, present tense verbs that are happening right now. We talked about future tense verbs as well. We will kind of focus on those present and past tense verbs this week. If you think about your base word, there's your present tense probably. If you add something to the beginning of the word, remember we call that the prefix, the beginning. And if you add something to the end, remember we call that the suffix. It goes at the end of the word. And so far, a lot of the past tense verbs we talked about, you simply add ed as your ending. But not all verbs work like that. So this week we're going to focus on the verbs that don't just add the suffix ed. These are verbs that we call irregular verbs because they're kind of strange, sort of like your teacher. They don't follow the rule of adding the ed suffix. You have to change it completely. So here's some examples of irregular verbs. Come happens right now in the present tense. But you can't just add the suffix ed to the end to say, yesterday you comed to school. You have to change it completely to say, yesterday you came to school. Same with do. You can't add ed to say dude. That's silly. You have to change it completely to say did. Say turns into said. Go turns into went. You might want to say, we goed to the store. Maybe if you're Avery and you're 5 years old, you would say that. But now that you're big third graders, you know you have to change it completely. Run gets turned into ran. See turns into saw. Give is changed to gave. Eat turns into ate. Sing turns into sang. And the list goes on. There are tons of these irregular verbs. I want you to be on the lookout while you're reading to be finding some of these irregular verbs that have to be changed completely, and you can't just add that ed suffix to the end. Let's do a little practice here. Past tense for run. Grandpa and John runned home doesn't make sense. We have to change it to Grandpa and John ran home. Number 2, they come to the zoo. If we want to make it past tense, we can't just say they come to the zoo. We have to change it completely and say they came to the zoo. Number 3, Sue and I blank lunch. If we want it to be past tense, we're not going to say eated lunch. We're going to say ate lunch. And make sure you have the correct homophone there to show that we actually ate it and it's not the number 8. Number 4, Carol and John blank a song. Past tense, they didn't sing a song, they sang a song. How about number 5? Sammy blank not want to eat yesterday. Sammy did not want to eat yesterday does not work. You have to say Sammy did not want to eat yesterday. Change it completely. You can't just add the suffix. Your practice sheet today looks like this. In the top section, you're going to use your editing marks. You do not have to rewrite these sentences. You need to edit these sentences to make it so it is past tense. So first you'll have to find that verb and then change it to what it needs to be correct. Number 1, we go to the zoo often during the summer. Past tense, it already happened. We went to the zoo. You have to change that verb go to the past tense went. Do that with the rest of this section. And at the bottom, you can go ahead and choose which is the correct past tense form. For example, number 6, we come to the zoo one morning or we came to the zoo one morning. Remember, we want it to be past tense, so you're going to have to choose we came to the zoo one morning. Go ahead and go finish your practice sheet and come on back to correct with the pen when you're ready.